day. I'm going to say thank you to all the C5 support team we are going to have here, and those who have been helping you in the back to help you cover your milestone and every support that you need. Say thank you so much. Let me give it to Pauline to say a word before we continue.
All right, thanks Napola, and hi everybody. Welcome to this session. We're looking forward to answering any and all your questions that you may have today. And yeah, let's make the session interactive, and hopefully we get as many of us as we possibly can over the threshold of ALX VA graduates. Most welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is how our day is going to look like. Let me quickly take you through the agenda of today. First of all, engage. We love to see your energy in that chat. Drop the clubs, drop the flags. We want to see where you come from. And drop those emojis. How do you feel about this last week of your virtual assistant learning? Secondly, drop the questions. The YouTube channel, there's a link there. You can drop the questions whenever you have them, and ensure that there's a team that is going to answer that. Thirdly, we're going to do an overview of 2 to 3 milestone deliverables to ensure that we cross the finish line together. We're going to have a chance to do frequently asked questions to see what are some of the repetitive questions that you've been asking and how do we maneuver through them. We are going to have a Q&A session. If your question has been answered or is not available in the FAQs, then we are going to do a live Q&A session to ensure that we are up to date with everything and we are in line and ensure that we cross the finish line together. We are going to have big announcements this week. This is the most interesting part, as everyone is going to get to know what's the glimpse of what's coming up. What are some of the announcements? Yeah. Here are some of the rules of engagement. I'm going to take you through them to ensure that we interact smoothly and we get to the finish line together. First of all, engage. Stay alert and to ensure that you don't miss out anything. We have the link in the YouTube channel that have been pinned. Drop everything, any question that you have that will help you cross the finish line. Secondly, ensure that you keep the conversation positive and respectful to maintain a safe and productive space for all of us. And also listen, learn, engage, and most importantly, have fun. It's normally a good thing to ensure that you listen to everything. That's the best quality of a good virtual assistant. Let's go cohort 5. I just want to see you dropping those emojis. I want to see the countries you're all coming from. I want to see you all clapping for our good CS who have been helping you all through the program. Before we dive into the heavy stuff of the day, let's warm up with a quick check-in prompt. I've got a riddle for you to solve in the chat box. Here it is. I'm not a map, but show the way for those who seek to find their day. What am I? Drop your answers below. Here is a hint. It's something that guides us all on this journey. I want to see you drop those answers in the chat box. Who is going to be the first person to get this ready? It reminds me back in primary schools where we could crack little riddles in class just to keep us moving. Let me see who is going to, we have amazing thing that the answer is virtual assistant. We are almost there, guys.
I see somebody else. Calendar. Light. Time. More calendar. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, guys. Keep those trials, drop the trials. Let's see who is going to be the first person to get this. I'm not a map, but I show the way for those who seek to find their day. What am I? It seems calendar, calendar is taking control over here. A lot of people are saying that it's a calendar. Keep them dropping. Keep those answers
Clock.
dropping.
Looks like we may have to give people the answer ourselves.
Yeah,
The
are you
way
going, are you going to drop this, Pauline?
or somebody has given a different answer, a compass,
Seems you still have more suggestions coming in. There's also the
GPS,
sun.
sun, clock.
There's also the growth mindset. You have
All
clock,
right, you
sun.
go on right ahead and give them, take them out of their misery. Take us out of the misery.
I know they're all waiting for this. Someone mentioned itinerary. Yes, the answer is a role model. Think about it. Who's been your role model during this journey when you've been covering this course? Who's been your role model all through up to this last week? 9. You can keep them dropping in the chat. Meanwhile, we'll go to the most important part of the day so that we can cover the heavy stuff. Let me give it over to Azizat.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here from week 1 down to week 8, and yeah, we're here to show you the walkthrough. For some of you who are still lagging behind, we got you to the finish. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so here is an account that we're going to have. So after going through all the modules, you're in week 2 milestone. There's instructions for every milestone URL you're supposed to put in. So scroll down. All right. To submit your peer coaching reflection. So this peer coaching reflection is the one you did with your peer and has to be in a Google Doc. Let's all remember that it has to be in a Google Doc. So for you guys that are submitting after the deadline, beside the check your code, there's going to be ask for a new correction. Please ensure to click on ask for a new correction so that it manually marks it, because it's way past the deadline. So we'll add the URL here where by adding the URL. That's a Google URL. Okay, so that's it. We copy it. We always make sure it's from our Google Docs and not from the Google Drive. Then we save it. We check for code. Check your code. Correction of 0. Submit your peer coaching reflection. Congratulations, all tests successfully passed. So it means that the URL was correct. Close it, and we are done for that URL. Then the next one is the skill map. This is the skill map that was given to you in week 2. When you're done, the skill map is a spreadsheet. So we pick our spreadsheet, we copy it, we paste, and we always make sure that anyone can view it. Anyone with the link can view this. We save it. We check for our code again, just to be sure. Correction of 1. Start a new test. URL must be in this form. Congratulations. So we are on the right track. Remember, if you are submitting after the deadline, there will be ask for a new correction. Please ensure to click on this. there's no ask for any correction because this has been submitted before. So we go down to week 3, where most people always do have issues because of the screenshots that we had to produce. So for the week 3, we managed our calendar and the inbox. So after managing your calendar, using the labels and what have you, so here we have to include our screenshots. That's the calendar screenshot. So for this, you have to save it to your PC. Please, we encourage the use of PC so that you do not put in the wrong URL or something. So you can save as, just save as so that it downloads on the PC. Yeah, or screenshot it. Anyone that is better for you. You could screenshot, choose file, and it goes to your screenshot file. And that's it. Open and it uploads. Always make sure it's in PNG or JPEG and it's not more than 5 MB. Then you submit. Submit. Yep. Check your code. So if you save this in your Google Drive, then you're trying to submit it on your Google Drive. One thing I've noticed that on your Google Drive, it could be a very large, it could be more than 5 MB. Provide the calendar screenshots. Some checks are failing. Make sure to get them right. So let's see what we're doing wrong. Congratulations. So you see, because we got it right, so we are on track. Always make sure it is not more than 5 MB. If you notice that it's more than 5 MB, you can send it to WhatsApp to reduce the quality. And by the time you download it from WhatsApp, you get less than 5 MB. So next one is our inbox screenshots where you have labeled and everything. So we are showing you this because we understand how it can be for a lot of people. So you screenshot it. It's as easy to screenshot on your PC is Shift Windows S and you screenshot, or you use the PRT SC and you screenshotted it. Then go to your download, submit it. Check your code again. The reason why we check our code is because we are humans. Anything can happen. You may think you have the right URL or the right screenshot and you do not have it. So that's why. And when you see correction of 1, it's just binary number. So the LMS labels 0, 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3. So it's good. Start a new test or close it. And voila, we are done for week 3. We are all done. So the next one, that's week 4. So for week 4 is the travel and project management. So this is where you complete your travel packs. So the URLs are still here, right? We can remove it. We click on the link, we remove it. Then we add the URL back. Okay. It's not there. Yeah. Add the URL. Add a URL that is not meant for it. I want to show them something, please. Add a week 6 URL, yeah. Save it. check your code. See, it's saying congratulations, but most of you always have this issue. You put in a wrong one, then it tells you congratulations. Then after like a day, you come back and you see that it gives you 0. It's because it is the wrong URL that you put in there. And that's why after like a day, you have either 50% or you have 66% or you have 77.7%. And this is why, because by the time the computer checks it, it tells you that it is wrong. So that's why you have 0. And that's why you have that issue. So always make sure you are submitting the right one. Close it, please. Then go to the next one. Please, this next one, you click on copy the link first before removing it. All right, then remove it. So for some of this thing, you have spreadsheets, some you have Google Docs, and some you have slides. Do not mix them up. And that's why we say you check your code. So input it. Save. Then check your code. Start a new test. This is why it's telling you google.com/spreadsheet, because this URL is a spreadsheet. Then next up, please can you go to, I think, week 6, that's where we have the LinkedIn URL. A lot of people had issues with the LinkedIn URL. Yes, go down. So your resume, after going through everything, if you read these modules, you would have one of the best resumes in the world. So let's go to our OH walkthrough. That's where we have our resumes. Yep. So you can see that this was named. You can rename it anything, your name and your resume. You add it. You save it. Check your code. Start a new test. Voila. We got it all right. Okay, please scroll down to the LinkedIn. All right, for the LinkedIn, when you want to copy the URL, please make sure to remove the HTTPS. Remove it, do not add it when copying. So just copy from www.linkedin.com. Yeah, copy from that, www.linkedin.com. Yeah, Ctrl+C. Paste it. Please put on save. You see, it won't go. This is where you guys have issues. It would not go because the format is, it has to be https www.linkedin.com. So it would not go. And this is why I'm showing you. So don't say, oh, my LinkedIn have issues. You didn't copy the right one. So if you're using a PC, copy from the search bar. If you're using your phone to get it, go to more and go to your contact info. So now please copy the right one and paste it. So you see that when they copy the full HTTPS and you put it and you click on save, immediately it goes, immediately, without any trouble. And voila, you've gotten it. Like, this is it already. All right, week 7. Go down. So for this bidding, right, we have this bidding where you do your bidding. So a lot of you have said Upwork is not giving me connection. What exactly do you need for this bidding? Is to get a job description and you bid for it. There are lots of free workplaces aside Upwork. You have free work, you have remote works in the US. Do research. That's why we are VA. We are virtual assistant learners. We do research. We research more than just get a job description, then bid for it, then insert your link, check your code, and that's it. Then for your personal elevator pitch is an elevator pitch, please. It means like when you meet Tony Elumelu, for you Nigerians, in an elevator ride that is less than 3 minutes, how would you sell yourself? So make it short as possible and put in the URL here. Nothing, don't say all your life. There's a guideline. Please just follow that guideline. That's why they call it elevator pitch. Most elevator rides are less than 3 minutes and you've gotten to where you are. And with that, you would be able to, yeah, and that's all. Then week 8. So week 8 is niching down. This is where we are wrapping up and niching down. So the milestone skill map. So this is where you have your skill map, the workplace skills, and what have you. So that's it. So how can you access a mixed quiz? A mixed quiz, you go to evaluation quiz, please. Please go to evaluation quiz. So for all this evaluation quiz, if you missed it or you got less than 70, you will find it here. So you will see all your scores. So because this learner has more than 70, we can't retake any of this. But if you have less than 70, when you come to evaluation quiz, there's a button that says retake. Please retake it. And if you're having issues, if you're failing it more than once, read the modules again. And for you guys that have issues with your, I think, week 6 test, send a video to Zendex and they would find a way of, because I have learners that have sent videos to them and their week 6 is working perfectly now. So make sure to send a video, not just a screenshot, video it, then send it to Zendex. And as long as you send it within the week, you get it in 24 to 48 hours. If you send on Friday, you know that it's Monday, you get it. We do not work weekends. So that is it from my end. You can only retake a quiz when it's less than 70. For you to get validated, you have to have 90% and above average. Do not mix it up. 70% for all your tests. 90% average to get a validated score. Do not forget this. Do not say, oh, I have 92 and in one test I have 30 and you do not do it. By the end of week 9, you would not see validated because one of your tests is missing. So that is it from our end. So I'll pass it over to Pauline and Aziza's out.
Thank you so much, Azizat. That was very, very well done and clear. If you've missed that, please, I don't know how we are going to help you as a VA. So the next session is going to be your most frequently asked questions. There's questions that they keep coming back week in, week out for 8 weeks, and Kennedy is going to take us through that in the next few. So if there are questions that you have, be on the lookout. They might be answered during this session so that you won't have to repeat during the Q&A session. Over to you, Kennedy.
Yeah, Pauline, thank you so much. And thank you, Azizat, for that in-depth guide. So most of the questions that our learners frequently ask are actually have actually been answered by Azizat. So when we get into them, I'll just be going over those on like a high-level basis. But we made a compilation of approximately 10 questions that you folks always bring up to us, and we thought that if we could give very succinct answers on this, it would help you guys to always have something to reference with when you encounter similar challenges. So just a heads up that this segment of the slide is also available in the VA library. So after we are done with this session, if you'd like to review any of the things we're going to be talking about for the FAQ segment, you can always do that. So a lot of you have asked how they can find a peer to collaborate with on a project or an assignment. This is very important for you to complete most of your milestones and deliverables. And we intentionally made this such that you own it and take responsibility over it. If you want to find a peer, then you have to be very, very proactive. There's a number of spaces that you can collaborate with peers or find peers to collaborate with at, including the squad, of course. And then you also have the different community platforms like WhatsApp for most countries or Telegram for Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Just make sure you reach out to someone and tell them the problem you're facing or the challenge you're facing or the specific project you want to collaborate with. And from historical evidence, we know a lot of learners will be very, very excited to support you with this. So if you need help, please reach out to the other learners. Let them know why, maybe you're amazing to work with. Pitch yourself, because of the VA program or the VA career is about pitching. You pitch about your skills, you pitch about yourself. And this is also a learning point for you to do that. So please reach out. If you've fallen behind on the course, yes, you can still get all caught up with everything that you've not completed yet. Something that I want to highlight is that when you're making a submission after the deadline, or when you're making a resubmission for a milestone, make sure you click on the ask for a new correction. Make sure you click on the ask for a new correction, because if you don't do that, then your resubmission or your submission after the deadline will not be counted as valid or as submitted. So don't forget that, please. If there's a submission that requires you to submit a Google Sheet link, a Google spreadsheet link, we advise that or highly recommend that you download this link or extract the link from your computer, not from your mobile device, because it's just easier like that. If you don't have a computer, then we highly recommend that you find a way of doing this specific element of your submission from a PC or from a desktop. And when you do that, make sure that the privacy setting on the spreadsheet is set to public access so that anyone with the link can view it. That way, it's very easy to review. This is just one of the different and the many formats that are required when you're submitting your milestone assignments. Make sure you review all the different formats that have been outlined. If you submitted a milestone and the results didn't show up, the steps you need to take are not really complicated. So if you submit a milestone but you're not seeing the result, be a little patient, because sometimes the learning management system, the platform you're using, might take a little while to sync and to update your score. So just be a little patient and the score will reflect. As long as you've seen the congratulations message after submitting, then you don't have to worry at all. When you're completing a milestone, if you're wondering whether you should click on the check your code or whether you should click on the done button, you should click on the check your code, and then automatically the done button will change to clicked or will be marked. If you click on check your code and the done button is not marked, then just go ahead and manually click it, and then everything will be okay. A few more, I want to highlight that next week, if you've interacted with our communications, then you already know this, but next week is what we call the grace period week. So basically next week, there's no new learning content. We want you to spend the week getting all caught up with every single learning resource or content or milestone or deliverables that you've not done. If you're falling behind, next week is the time for you to get all caught up. And yes, if there's a week whose submissions you've not done completely, you can do that next week. If you're thinking about whether you should be doing week 8 submissions before you've done maybe the week 5 or week 4 submissions, next week is the time for you to put your house in order. And we've put out a lot of resources that we've also communicated and that we will communicate to help you navigate the week. So keep an eye out for our emails and our portal communications for further guidance. Some of you were saying that your Gmail accounts are out of storage or are full, and were wondering whether you maybe would create a new email to continue in the program with. So we highly recommend that you stick with the email or the Gmail account that we identify you with. It's important like that. And if the storage is out, then try going through your account or your files, looking for files that you don't really need, take them out, delete them. If you need most of the files, then we recommend that you back them up elsewhere, maybe in another device or in an external drive or storage device or something like that. What we're trying to say is that we want you to stick with the email account we identify you with, so that we don't get complications, especially at this stage of the program. When you're submitting when you're making your submission, and your milestone only shows save instead of submit, there's nothing really wrong with that. Some milestones will show save, some milestones will show submit. We use them interchangeably. So if it says saved, if it says save, it's submitted. If it says submit, it's saved. All of them can be exchanged for each other. After you graduate, some of you have been wondering whether you will still have access to the VA account resources, all the different content you've been going through for the 8 weeks. Yes, you'll have access for a few months after graduation, so that you can maybe get a chance to review things that you need to review. But we highly recommend also that, if there's specific content that you really feel like you will need later on, just have this stored elsewhere, download some documents, have some notes in maybe a Google Doc or something like that for your future reference, because we are going to communicate this later on so that you know exactly how long you're going to have before your access to the learning management system is done or is completed. But you're going to have a few days or a few weeks where you can review everything you worked with and where you can get all caught up as you need to. The last frequently asked question is something that Azizat has talked about deeply. People who are saying that they are having trouble submitting their LinkedIn URLs. Azizat has described this very well. Make sure that you submit the right link. Make sure that it starts with HTTPS. Make sure that the final end of the link has a customized version of your name. Make sure that you click it or you copy the link from your contact info page segment of your profile or from the URL taskbar at the top of your PC. So I know this might not be conclusive and you definitely have a lot more questions and we encourage that. So join us for our clinics next week. You'll have received communications about those. If you have any more questions, reach out via the squads. Use the Slido link that's at the chat below on the side of your of the YouTube, and I will be able to help you. Some of you have already done this. We know there's questions that have already come in, and that's what our next segment is going to be about. We're going to have a Q&A session that addresses some of these more specific questions, and Nyapola will be taking us through that.
Amazing team. Amazing team. Thank you, Kennedy, Azizat, and Pauline, for doing all this for the learners to ensure that we reach the finish line together. We'll be taking you through some of the questions that you've asked in the chat. Myself, Azizat will also be here to tackle some of your questions, as well as Pauline also will be helping us tackle some of your questions. I'm trying to check through the YouTube channel to see what's going on, but guys, really these are some of the things that you can't get anywhere apart from ALX. This is one of some of the interesting courses that we do at ALX, and the fact that they provide personalized assistance to enable you go through the finish line, to enable you complete your milestones very well, and also to ensure that you have the right answers for the question that they're asking you. Someone is asking that please, in case you don't make up to 90% and you don't graduate, you will be dropped or added to a new cohort to continue. Azizat, can you take that?
All right. So we actually do not put you in other cohorts, because the only time you can defer, I think, is week 2. Then if you're in the long run of the If you do not get your score validated, then we are so sorry, you have failed the course. You can start from a new cohort. That's by going back, withdrawing, then going back for a new cohort, doing the prep questions again, and if you pass, then you give your all. But we are sure that with all the guides we are doing, you have peer-led initiative, you should be able to finish with a 90% and stuff. So yeah, if you fail the cohort, you have to start all over again for a new cohort. So sorry about that.
Amazing, is that what you've insisted on is that we are providing the support. You have all the support. We have the peer, the clinics. Guys, let's use all these channels to ensure that we get the right marks. We need to get the right marks. We need to graduate out of this. We need to go out there and provide the services that we've been learning all through. So it's this is really a great question, but we are here to support you. We want to see everyone finish. We don't want to see you drop off and starting all over again. We want to see you complete the finish line. Next one, someone saying that I missed out on meeting the deadline for submission for week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I've completed and submitted it now, but it was not graded. Please, how do I go about it? This one is an interesting one. It's a good one also, is that we mentioned in the FAQs that once you've submitted your milestones and you saw the congratulation mark that you have submitted successfully, then this one shouldn't be a worry. Your marks will be automatically updated. So just stay there. Your marks will be updated. If it doesn't, then you can reach out to CAs who are always available to take care of your questions. Ask on Zendesk. Use Layer to ask such questions. Yeah, but stay there. Your marks will be updated. Next one. Submit deliverables. These are someone asking if you're not able to submit all deliverables by the end of week 9, then then you won't be able to graduate. Let me check on Slido. My week 9 recap quiz saying 0%, and it's not allowing me to take the quiz. Please, if you are not able to take this quiz, submit your request on Zendesk. It will be solved. And someone is saying, please, I missed the whole training and I guess it's too late to join now. How can I join the next batch? It's never too late. We say that we have a grace period coming up, and you also have this week to try to catch up with the rest of the team. Ensure that you take advantage of allies. Check with your CAs. You will be paired with someone that can guide you, with a peer that can help you. Let me check out more questions. Next one, just to ensure that you're all in line, always make sure that you click on ask for new correction. If you submit or resubmit a milestone after the deadline, otherwise your milestone will not count as submitted. Take key note of that. And someone is asking, will there be an internship opportunity after the program? Aziza, take that.
Okay. While registering, we always ensure to put that we do not offer job opportunities, but yeah, sometimes you never can tell. If you do well, you never can tell. But it's not a guarantee. We do not guarantee that, oh, after this, we're giving you a job, we're giving you internship opportunities. That's why we tell you to showcase yourself. Be on LinkedIn. A lot of people have gotten jobs. A friend of mine got a job from just networking and going to Gen Z tech events with ALX, and with the VA tax request, got a job that is paying well. it's now a PA or an executive assistant, something about that. So just showcase yourself. We do not like tell you we offer you internship opportunities. So that's it, Napola.
Yeah, good one. They must always ensure that we are trying to provide the skills. They must use the skill properly. And another one is that someone is asking that, hello, please, my score reduced after week 6. What could be the cause because I completed week 7?
Okay, so most likely it's just like what I said when I posted a link that was not meant for a week. So sometimes we paste the wrong links, and after some few times it just changes from 100 to 0. So that would make your score reduce. So please ensure to check your code. If you're submitting from your Google Drive, it is wrong. It may tell you 100% before and just remove it later on. So ensure to check it. If you have any CAs or you have a learning ally, ask your peers, they would help you out. Do not submit the wrong link and blame it on technical issues. It could be from your end. So that's it.
And another one here, just to clarify, guys, someone is asking that is it 8 weeks or 9 weeks? We mentioned that if you've interacted with communication, you'll realize that we give 1 week grace period to all learners who have not managed to be up to date with their task. You have that 1 week to complete all your tasks to ensure that you've submitted all your milestones and quizzes and have been graded and ready for week of the graduation. And just want to give a shout out to James, who is saying that my average is at 97.67. Congratulations, James. And I just want to encourage you that check on your peers also. That's why we brought the Pick Up Peer initiative. Ensure that you get one peer, ensure that you try to help them to get to the finish line. To those who have not completed, kindly check on James. Ask them all those questions. I know he got this. And another one is that I've completed my week 8 and I was trying to log in again and I realized I cannot. Is that normal?
So realizing that you cannot log in, did you apply for a new course with ALX? So most of the time when you apply maybe AIC cohort 7 or maybe another course and it started, it could clash or it could be connectivity issue. So let's not bombard Zendex first if we have not done everything. We have to do everything first. Make sure it's not connectivity issue. Sometimes the portal will just continue rolling. If you're in Nigeria, sometimes Airtel fucks up. It flops, sorry. And if it's not that, if you registered with another course, then you'd have to give it up. Like we used to say, please, whenever you're on our course, finish one course before registering for the other one. If not, you may just miss the 2 of them and not be able to do either. So yes, that's it. So she should check her connectivity, check if she register or he or she. And yeah, that's it.
Wow. Just another reminder, guys. You can always retake the quizzes when you have scored below 70%, and if you have scored above 70%, it means you have passed the quiz. Someone is asking in the chat, my average score is 85%. Am I qualified or not? Zizat.
Like I said, you have to have 70% for all tests and 90% and above to get a validated score and be able to graduate. 90% and above, because if you actually have 70 for all your tests and all your milestones are 100%, you would have, I think, a 92%. So go check in on your URLs, go check in on your tests. 85% is not the goal. 90% is the goal.
Nice. Another question, guys. Please, week 7 milestone on personal elevator pitch. Is it supposed to be a video link or the document that we are expected to submit? You write your pitch, ensure that is as short as possible, put it in a document, Google Doc, then get the link out of it that you will use to submit. Going through the YouTube channel, I'm seeing a lot of people have scored 90%, and they are up to date with their milestone. Just want to encourage the rest to also join this cohort before we get to the graduation line. And furthermore, we have a grace period coming up. You will have enough time to ensure that you complete your milestones. Going through. Someone is asking, I'm quite late and lagged. I am in week 6 and I feel like I will not make it to the graduation. Can I still get a chance to graduate with cohort 6? As is that?
Paula, like I said, even someone in week 1 and is determined can actually finish this course within the grace week. And in week 6, you can find an accountability partner, go to your squad. We have a poll running. Click on it that you need a guided support. Tag your moderators. We are here for you. We want you to graduate. This is not a competition of how many students do not graduate. This is, we want you all to graduate. So week 6, we got this. If it's the whole weekend you want to dedicate to it, or the whole of grace week, you've got it. You would be able to finish it.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that as is that we still have time. And at ALX, one of the things that keep us going is the fact that we keep doing the hard things. That is something that keep us, that fuel us, that ensures we achieve whatever we have started. Someone being in week 6 cannot stop right now. We have time. We have the CAs. We have all the resources that we need to get to the finish line. Ensure you reach out to the right sources. If it is Zendesk, if it is your CA, if it's your peer, ensure that you reach out to these people. We want to get to the finish line together, guys. We are not stopping now. We are not stopping tomorrow until we make it out. Another one, I failed my week 5 milestone and went on to ask button to make a correction, but my mark is still 66%. When do I know if I've passed the correction? As is that?
So Napola, week 5 milestone, she should check for a code. So sometimes it's not just about asking for any correction. We always see this on the clinic where someone said, I submitted the right one. And when you're sharing the screen, you actually didn't submit it. Check for a new correction. Ask your peer. Do not be an island. Ask your peer. Tell someone, am I doing the right thing? Send a screenshot to somebody, and it should be able to revert. When you're done, log out, then log back in, and certainly you would see your new score.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Someone is asking, can just see a lot of people mentioning that they have passed their milestones, and people are up there at 90s. Some people are at 80s. Congratulations to you all, and don't ensure that you help someone else. Ensure that you lift all those that are still left behind, to ensure that we get out of this together. Let's learn to do hard things. Someone is asking, please, when is the right time to check and download our certificate? There will be updates on how to get this, so don't be worried about that. In the chat, someone saying, are the milestones graded? Yes, they're all graded, and you'll be able to see your marks. At least this 90% average score, is it for both the milestone and quizzes, or just the quizzes only?
So the 90% is average. That's the total of everything divided by how many they are. So you need to put in 7 milestones and 8 quizzes. So that's 15 altogether. Everything divided by 15, and you get your average. And that's how we could do it. So 90% for your average score, 90% for your average score, 70% for all tests. All tests. Do not have I have seen a 20%, 120%, and she got angry she didn't get validated because it's only 90%. But you have a 20 in one test. We said all tests, 70%, then a 90% on average. Yeah, that's it now, Paula.
Oh, wow, amazing. Thank you, Azizat. On behalf of everyone that is following us here, someone also asked, please, by week 8, my son has not been graded. Keep there, it will be graded. Don't worry about it. As long as you are told congratulations, then it will be graded. So don't you worry about it. So we've collect links from phone. Is it wrong? Will it prevent us from graduating? Guys, we always advise you that to get the right links, kindly use a laptop. It's good when you do it on the laptop and to be sure about the links that you are submitting. So I would advise that you use a laptop to retrieve and submit the links that are required. Congratulations to all of you in advance. Someone just say in the chats, will we get access to download our certificate at the same time, or those who have finished should claim it? Yeah. Yes, Aziza.
Okay, so now, Paula, this week we are concentrating on people, moving people forward. And I know how we are like, oh, I want to show people, I want to show the world I have my certificate. You will get information on how to get your certificate, how you download it after you do your graduation. Like, relax. We know that you're a certified VA now. Relax. Yeah, calm down. Do your graduation, then get your certificate. Calm and like let other people too be in that era of saying, me too, I want my certificate. So when you're done, offer help. Like that's what I tell people the most. You get mostly networking from everybody. The people that helped me out my first week of ALX are still my friends till now. My Moroccan friends are still my friends till now. I haven't seen them before, only video calls. Help people out. Don't say because you're done, you now leave the portal. Ask people, help them out. And yeah, by the end of this, you'll get your certificate. Nobody will hold your certificate. We'll give it to you. We don't need them. You need them more than we do. So yeah.
Thank you, Aziza. Thank you for the questions, and I hope that we covered all of them in the FAQs, in the live Q&As, and in this Slido link. I'll give it over to Pauline to take us to the next steps and announcements.
All right. Well done. Thank you so much, Nyapola, Otieno, and Azizat, for that Q&A session. I'm sure now more people have answered they have answers than they have questions. And yeah, hopefully we get as many of you as we can to graduate. Please help your fellow learners graduate with you. If you have reached week 8 and you've submitted all your milestones, please support other learners, right? It's a community of supporting each other, networking. So make sure that the people in your squad, they graduate. And with that, remind them, those who are still lagging, that next week we start grace period. That is, they need to make use of that time, the whole week, to catch up with any missing tests, any missing milestones, anything they need to correct, make sure they do that. And we have time together, that is clinic sessions that we've been having on Mondays. We are going to extend them to other days next week during the grace period, that is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for people that still have questions and people that still need support submitting their milestones. So go to your squads in the portal and tell your squads mate and fellow learners to join those clinics that are still behind. I've seen people who are still in week 6. Week 6, you can catch up, okay? You still have time. Don't give up too early. We want you to graduate. And in week 6, we believe you still can graduate with us. So go back and support. If you're already done, go back and support your fellow learners. So those are 2 things: grace period week and clinic sessions that will be happening next week after all learning has been completed. And keep in mind the requirements for graduation. They've been repeated so many times that by week 9, you have submitted all your milestones and made sure that they are correct, okay? And then you've passed all your weekly recap quiz by 70%, all right? I believe that is clear for all of us by now. And then we have the end of program survey that is on the portal and has been shared on our emails. Don't forget to participate and share your feedback with us, and let us know in ways in which we can improve the learning experience for future cohorts and future VA learners. And then if you still have queries that we've not answered here, we have our faithful experience assistant, Leah. We've all come into contact with her. Go and find out from her. If there are technical issues that we are not able to handle, and you've asked the questions and you still feel this feels like a technical issue, please go to Zendesk. Please go to Zendesk, and then the ALX support team will be on it and they'll support you and fix any issues that are still pending. And that's the announcement for today. So in the next 1 or so minutes, because we've come to the end of the session, the office hour session, we are gonna request for your feedback. How was it? Were your answers, were your questions answered? Please let us know in the next 1 minute. Once you're done, let us know in the chat that you're done. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. And if you're still not giving us your feedback, the link is there. You can access it and share, still share. But thank you for joining us. Do have a great week and do enjoy the rest of your learning and submitting your milestones. See you at the finish line, and those who need it, see you next week during the clinic support hours. Nyapola, you want to say kwaheri?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much, everyone, to the presenters and to the learners. It's always nice connecting such moments and to ensure that we provide you with the best support that you need. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody, bye.